Imagine discovering one day that two of the most loyal protectors in your body have been quietly suffering, never complaining, never sending warnings, just doing their job non-stop while damage builds behind the scenes. Your kidneys are those protectors. Every single day, they filter close to 50 gallons of blood, removing waste, balancing fluids, and keeping you alive without asking for credit. Now picture what happens when sugar enters this system daily, sometimes hourly. It's not dramatic at first, no alarms go off, but inside, these silent bodyguards are suddenly forced into overdrive, filtering more, working harder, and absorbing stress they were never designed to handle. That's where the real story begins, and it's not one most people ever hear until it's too late.
When you consume sugar, especially added sugar from drinks, desserts, and processed foods, it doesn't just raise your blood glucose for a moment and disappear. It changes the way your kidneys function at a structural level. Excess sugar forces the kidneys to filter more blood than normal, a process known as hyperfiltration. On paper, that sounds like efficiency. In reality, it's like running a car engine at maximum RPM every day without rest. At first, it seems fine. The engine still works, but slowly, the wear adds up. Tiny filters inside the kidneys, called nephrons, start to stretch, weaken, and scar. And the scariest part is that you feel absolutely nothing while this is happening. Most people assume kidney problems come with pain or obvious symptoms, but kidneys are quiet organs. They don't scream when something is wrong. They whisper, and most of us never hear it. Damage can build for years, even decades, before any sign shows up in blood tests or physical symptoms. By the time someone feels tired, swollen, or sick, more than half of kidney function may already be gone. That's why sugar is so dangerous for kidney health. It doesn't attack loudly. It erodes slowly, patiently, while life goes on as usual. And that's exactly why quitting sugar, even temporarily, can create changes that feel almost unbelievable. Here's where things get interesting. When people cut out sugar for 30 days, they often expect nothing dramatic to happen at first. Maybe some weight loss, maybe clearer skin later on. But the most intense changes actually begin in the first 72 hours. This is when the body realizes its favorite quick fuel is gone. Headaches appear, mood swings kick in, cravings feel loud and aggressive. The brain protests because it's used to constant glucose spikes. But while your mind complains, something very different is happening deep inside your body. Your kidneys are finally experiencing relief from constant overload. Within just a few days of lowering sugar intake, the pressure inside the kidney's filtration system starts to drop. Blood becomes less sticky. Fewer harmful molecules called advanced glycation end products begin circulating. These molecules are known to accelerate kidney aging and tissue damage. When sugar intake falls, their production drops almost immediately. That means cleaner blood flowing through the kidneys and less stress on fragile filters. Even though you may feel uncomfortable on the outside, your kidneys are already working in a calmer, more balanced environment. It's like turning off a blaring alarm in a room you didn't even realize was noisy. This early phase feels rough because your body is adjusting, not because damage is happening. It's similar to quitting caffeine. The discomfort isn't danger, it's recalibration. As days pass, cravings soften, energy stops crashing, mental fog begins to lift, and through all of this, the kidneys quietly adapt to a gentler rhythm. They no longer have to scramble to remove sudden sugar floods from the bloodstream. Instead, they can focus on steady, efficient filtration, the way they were always meant to function. This is the foundation for real healing. Most people don't realize how aggressively kidneys respond to sugar spikes. Every sugary drink, every dessert, every hidden sugar in sauces and snacks forces the kidneys to filter excess glucose out of the blood. Unlike fats or proteins, sugar hits fast.
blood glucose rises sharply and the kidneys act like sponges, absorbing and processing the overflow. Over time, this repeated strain damages nephrons permanently. Think about using a paper coffee filter. With water, it works fine, but if you pour thick syrup through it again and again, the filter weakens, stretches, and eventually tears. That's what sugar does to kidney filters over years. Research from major institutions has shown that people who consume high amounts of added sugar face a much greater risk of developing chronic kidney disease, even if they're not diabetic. This is what makes sugar so deceptive. You can feel young, energetic, and perfectly healthy while damage is already forming. Kidney disease doesn't care how old you are. It cares how long your kidneys have been under pressure. Many people only discover a problem after 70% of kidney function is already lost. At that point, reversal is no longer possible. Prevention becomes the only real power you have.
Sugar also plays a sneaky role in blood pressure, which directly affects kidney health. When you consume excess sugar, insulin levels rise. Elevated insulin signals the kidneys to retain sodium and water. That means more fluid in your bloodstream, higher blood pressure, and more strain on delicate kidney blood vessels. This is why people who eat a lot of sugar often feel bloated, puffy, or fatigued. Their kidneys are literally holding extra water to cope with the chemical chaos sugar creates. Over time, this constant pressure damages blood vessels and speeds up kidney decline. The moment sugar intake drops, this process begins to reverse. Within weeks, many people experience a natural reduction in blood pressure. Swelling decreases. The kidneys find it easier to maintain fluid balance without being forced into emergency mode. It's like lowering the volume in a room that's been painfully loud for years. Suddenly, the kidneys can work without shouting over noise. This reduction in pressure alone can significantly lower the risk of hypertension-related kidney damage, especially for people who are genetically prone to high blood pressure. Now let's talk about something most people associate with agony: kidney stones. While dehydration and salt get most of the blame, sugar is a powerful and often ignored contributor. High sugar intake increases calcium levels in urine, creating the perfect environment for crystal formation. Over time, these crystals harden into stones, and anyone who has experienced one knows the pain is unforgettable. Studies have shown that people with the highest sugar intake have a significantly higher risk of developing kidney stones compared to those who consume less. What makes this especially dangerous is that sugar hides everywhere. It's not just soda and candy. It's fruit juices marketed as healthy, flavored yogurts, energy bars, and sauces. Once you've had one kidney stone, the risk of recurrence increases dramatically. But here's the hopeful part. When sugar is removed from the diet, urinary composition begins to improve. Within a month, calcium excretion can stabilize, lowering the risk of stone formation. 30 days of discipline can prevent years of recurring pain, hospital visits, and fear. When sugar leaves your diet, your kidneys don't just stabilize, they begin something extraordinary: repair. While kidneys have limited regenerative capacity, they do have the ability to recover function when inflammation drops and overload stops. Reducing sugar lowers inflammatory signals throughout the body, giving nephrons a chance to recover efficiency. Imagine a city with roads constantly damaged by heavy traffic. Repairs are impossible while cars keep coming. But once traffic slows, crews can finally fix cracks and reinforce weak spots. That's how kidneys respond to reduced sugar stress. One of the earliest signs of this recovery is reduced protein leakage in urine. Protein in urine is a red flag for kidney damage, indicating that filtration barriers are breaking down. When sugar intake drops, this leakage often decreases, showing that the barrier is strengthening again. This isn't magic or detox hype, it's basic biology. When the stressor is removed, healing begins. Your kidneys don't need supplements or extreme cleanses, they need relief, and sugar reduction provides exactly that. If sugar is gasoline, diabetes is the wildfire that follows. Uncontrolled diabetes is one of the leading causes of kidney failure worldwide. constant high blood glucose damages kidney blood vessels, leading to diabetic nephropathy. But here's where hope enters the picture. When people quit sugar for 30 days, insulin sensitivity often improves. That means the body handles glucose more efficiently, requiring less insulin and causing fewer spikes. This protects the pancreas, but also the kidneys. Studies show that even moderate reductions in sugar intake can significantly lower the risk of progressing from prediabetes to type 2 diabetes. Fewer diabetics means fewer people facing dialysis, transplants, or lifelong medication. This is a chain reaction of protection that begins with a simple decision. Sugar feels harmless because its effects are delayed, but when viewed through the lens of kidney health, its impact becomes impossible to ignore. What you eat today shapes how your kidneys function years from now. Chronic sugar intake also fuels inflammation throughout the body. High blood sugar triggers oxidative stress, which inflames kidney tissues and accelerates scarring. Once scar tissue forms, kidney function declines permanently. But when sugar is reduced, inflammatory markers like C-reactive protein begin to fall within weeks. Lower inflammation means less damage to blood vessels and kidney tissue, preserving filtration capacity. This reduction also brings side benefits people love: clearer skin, fewer headaches, steadier energy, and better focus. Think of inflammation like rust forming on metal. Sugar speeds up the rusting process. Removing sugar slows it down. Your kidneys last longer, work better, and age more gracefully when inflammation is kept under control. This connection between kidney health and overall wellness is why so many people feel dramatically better after cutting sugar. The kidneys influence blood pressure, hormones, mineral balance, and detoxification. When they thrive, the entire body benefits. You might wonder if 30 days can really make a difference. The answer is yes, and science backs it up. While long-term damage takes years to develop, improvements in kidney stress markers can appear within weeks. Blood pressure stabilizes, protein leakage decreases, filtration efficiency improves. Even urine appearance can change, becoming clearer as waste balance improves. These small signs indicate that kidneys are stabilizing and moving away from chronic stress mode. It's important to understand that 30 days isn't the finish line. It's a demonstration of what's possible, a trial run that shows your body how good life feels without constant sugar overload. Many people start the challenge expecting to go back to old habits, but once they feel the difference in energy, mental clarity, and physical comfort, the question changes. Instead of asking why quit sugar, they ask why return to it. Here's the final truth most people don't hear. Those who cut sugar for 30 days often choose not to go back. Long-term studies show that individuals who maintain low-sugar diets have significantly lower risks of kidney disease, heart disease, and diabetes. The benefits don't stop at a month. They compound over a lifetime. Every day without excess sugar is another day your kidneys are protected from silent decline. Your kidneys don't need perfection. They need consistency. An occasional treat won't destroy them, but daily excess will. Moderation protects. Elimination heals, and when science looks at the long-term data, the conclusion is clear. Reducing sugar isn't about restriction, it's about preservation. Your kidneys will thank you today, tomorrow, and decades from now for every choice that reduces their burden, and that quiet gratitude may be the most powerful reward of all.